All right, we're at the home of Richard Dilloway, looking at doing some siding. He's actually going to be doing two projects, the siding and then a roofing job in conjunction with each other. He's deciding on the roofer, I think, in the next day or two. Excuse me. So we'll be looking at sidewall siding and then also fascia and drip. And then basically roofer will come in behind us and looking at a metal roof. They'll put on the metal roof and do the integrated drip system over the Hardie fascia and drip. So that's pretty much what we got. Pretty straightforward here. We have some really good siding on this side here that we can use as substrate here. So no worries about that at all. Fascias look rough in quite a few places, just disjointed and curling in several areas, so it's a good thing we're doing a fascia replacement there. It's a 3/4 inch fascia, so we're just taking off the existing fascia and replacing it with 3/4 inch Hardie. All these little cappings on the windows, those will all become Hardie plank. We're using the Cedar Mill Select 8 1/4. You can see up under this kind of where the gable line dies here. Some critters have been chewing on that, so putting the drip edge in there will prevent that from happening. The little boxes, the ventilation boxes, those will just be refaced in Hardie. We'll seal it up. It's kind of splitting away from the soffit, so we'll reseal that and give that a nice look there. And again, the capping on all three of these windows will be Hardie plank. Soffit's in good condition. For the most part, ventilation is in good condition. There's one area on the front where we need to add maybe 2 or 3 vents in the soffit, and we will do that. Seal them and then paint them the new color of the soffit. Deborah, if you could do a color consult. Richard was thinking of just staying with the colors he has now, but if you could come up with something kind of fresh, and he's definitely looking to update the look of the house. He's done a really nice job inside, kind of bringing it up to date. And if you can make some suggestions for colors on the exterior that would accomplish that same thing, he'd be very open to it. Explained to him that would be part of our process, would be the color consult. So he is expecting that. Port ceiling again will be addressed just like the soffit. So we'll just paint this. It's in good condition. This little siding here around the door and the facing trim, which looks like a ripped down 1x6, that entire dark brown kind of chocolate facing will all become Hardie plank siding. And then of course this little area here will become Hardie plank as well. Got another one of these window caps here that will become the Cedar Mill Select. And then over the garage we've got about an 18-foot span of siding, 18 by 1.5 feet or so, that will become Hardie plank. Both garage door frames will be wrapped. We're not coating any of the doors. So all the doors, front door, garage door, and I believe we have two sets of double doors in the back and a single garage entry door. Those will all be staying the same. You won't be coating those at all. Coming over here to the right side, there is good sheathing behind the wall, so there is actually a tar paper or felt paper, and it feels like a 3/4 inch sheathing. So we're good on that. We just need to tear this siding off here on the right side and the back, and then just put our Tyvek and then our Hardie plank system with the trim and then the siding. But it does feel like the sheathing is adequate, and it feels like it's a 3/4 inch board behind the felt paper. So again, here we don't really have any freeze board. It might be a little hard to tell with that sun. There's no freeze board where the soffit meets the sidewall, so we'll go ahead and put a 1x2 in that area and give you a Hardie freeze board. But other than that, self-explanatory. All the electrical meters and boxes will come away from the wall, and then we'll replace them after we side behind. And going through the garage here, all the doors were just done by Tip Top, so all the exterior doors are new. Hey, pups. And then here, just the same thing. We have this vertical. The house is a 71, so I don't know that it's actually a asbestos shingle. It's definitely a concrete of some kind, but I don't know if it's an asbestos or not. But either way, we got to tear this off and then Tyvek using the existing substrate, Tyvek trim, and then Hardie siding. Got a little turkey wall there. That will all be addressed with the Hardie plank system as well. All the fascia, again, all the way around the home, all the 1x2 drip edge all the way around the home will become Hardie plank. This porch is actually up into the roof, so it's not lag bolted into the fascia, so we don't have to worry about that. We'll let the roofers deal with that. For our scope of work, we have clear access. All windows, all doors will be wrapped in a Hardie plank 1x4. Here on the patio, it's worth addressing. In some areas, right behind this lounge chair right here, it looks like the siding was sealed to this deck that was put down. We're going to leave a 3/4 inch exposure to make sure that Hardie plank isn't running directly into the flagstone patio here. It's done, you can see it's done a little bit more correctly. I think it's probably a deck situation, not necessarily a siding situation. But we will have, just to set the expectation clearly here, we will have an exposure between the deck and where the Hardie siding will start. Again, clear view of our fascia here. You can see it's just kind of separated and disjointed. And then this little last area here, these are most of these wires, all the coax wires are dead. So there is this is just an audio cable for a surround system. So we can definitely hide that no problem in the wall, and don't have to worry about any kind of service issues or anything. We'll just tuck that in behind the siding. All the other coax cables are dead, so those are coming off the wall. This window, another window, will be wrapped in 1x4 Hardie, and then we got our fascia and drip edge work that will continue here. So that's pretty much our scope of work. Richard, appreciate you having me out this morning, and we look forward to working with you on the project. Thanks so much.